up? What's happening, everybody? My name is Charles Blades, and this is the Current Gaming Podcast. Today I'm joined by Aaron Weeks. What's going on, man?
A whole lot.
And David Morgan. See, I went to you second, David. I usually go to you first.
I know, I feel so shafted right now.
I know. We got a cool show coming up for you this week. We're going to be talking about system updates on the new consoles, some new games that just got release dates, but first we're going to start off with the real fun stuff. What sold the best last month? So, hold your horses, guys. So MPD Group, who is the group that does console sales and hardware sales and all that stuff, released their best-selling games for the month of June. And the number one game, I think surprising a lot of people, was Tekken 7. Then Injustice 2, which came out the month before. And then GTA 5, which I don't understand how, but good for them. And then Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, which was only on the market for one day. ARMS, which doesn't count any digital sales, apparently. Zelda, Mario Kart 8, Overwatch, NBA 2K, Horizon, Ghost Recon, so on and so forth. So, what, David, why is Tekken 7 the number one selling game?
I don't know. I didn't think Tekken was that popular. Like, I know that it has like, I thought it was like a cult following. I didn't think it was as popular as like Mortal Kombat or like Injustice.
Yeah.
Or Marvel vs. Capcom even. I thought it was just like, is it a nostalgia thing?
See, my guess,
Crash is up here too.
My Crash is for sure nostalgia, but
Yeah.
my hypothesis around Tekken 7 is it came out right around Evo, and that might have had something to do with it, with like everybody playing like fighting
games. It had like a main stage,
and yeah, I'm pretty sure it had like a big tournament at Evo and stuff like that. That would be my guess. But Injustice 2 hanging around, that could also be the same thing. I don't know if Injustice is at Evo or how that all works.
Is Evo really big enough to do that, to boost the game sales that much?
I don't know if it's like huge, but like if you put the people that are into Evo, combine them with the people that are already into Tekken, and like I don't know, you kind of get a boost maybe. And like it is the newest fighting game, so I don't know. It's interesting, nonetheless.
Well, we have a fighting game like club here on my campus that meets in the basement of a Donato's on one of our streets. And I went in there.
Dude, for those outside of the Ohio area, what's a Donato's?
The Donato's is like...
Is that exclusive to Ohio?
I don't know. I think it's a Midwestern.
It's like a chain restaurant, dude.
I think it's Midwestern. I don't think that's all across the country.
Really good thin crust pizza.
All over
with,
Iowa
wall-to-wall pepperoni. Yeah. But we went down there, and there was like just like packed full of people with fight sticks and playing all these different games. My buddy who invited us was like, yeah, it's usually not this busy, but Evo just happened, so everybody's got like the fever,
the bug,
to play fighting games. It's like it does something to people.
It made me want to play Smash again for sure.
Makes them want to get super competitive.
Yeah, the Smash. Did you see the Smash tournament? The guy with Bayonetta beat.
It's like the best Diddy player in the world too, is what I heard.
Yeah. That one was cool. And then the what's it called? What's the biggest fighting game? Street Fighter tournament. Where the kid, the punk or whatever his name was, did anybody see that? There was
the American guy.
Yeah, he's only like 17 or whatever.
Yeah,
and like everybody else in that.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I felt bad when he was like tweeting a bunch of stuff like on his Twitter. He's like, "I'll let everybody down, man." He was adorable.
No.
He was adorable.
He was great. People loved him.
Yeah, but
a bunch of Blaze Blue stuff too. Maybe want to try that. It looks really cool. There's like the main guy from Persona 4, the playable characters in that.
Get the new Dragon Ball. They're making it.
That's what I was gonna say. They showed off some of the new Dragon Ball.
It looks cool too. Yeah.
The game looks cool.
I'm gonna like.
It's on the one engine. Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, but
I'm surprised to see Morrowind is on this list. Not even digital sales, just physical copies of Morrowind. What the fuck?
I think the trick people do that you see Morrowind to get excited, and you're like, oh shit, a Morrowind game.
Oh wait.
No, it's Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, I know it's a trick. It's a fucking trap.
I'm a dumbass.
It's a trap.
Disregard.
Dude, I kid you not. I was in the store the other day when I bought Persona 5, and I saw Morrowind on the shelf, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is this Morrowind? Pick it up, and it's Elder Scrolls Online. I was like, wow, fuck you, and I put it back down.
Yeah.
It's a fucking trap, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but Tekken 7, cool. Good for Crash Bandicoot. We talked about it last week or the week before, where it was high up on the PSN sales chart, but this just kind of confirms once again that. So, where do you guys think they're going to go from here? Are they going to? There's three options I see. They're going to make a new Crash game. They're going to remaster Spyro, or they're going to remaster Crash Team Racing. Which one do you think is going to happen?
I'll take all of the above.
I'd take Spyro before Crash Team Racing, but yeah, it'd be cool to see all those eventually.
At least the first two. Spyro's going to happen.
Spyro, I think, is the most likely.
A trending hashtag on Twitter now. It's like bring back the dragon. I don't remember. They had one for Crash, and now they're doing one for Spyro. So the community wants it. They're gonna see that. I see them,
especially with the success of the Bandicoot one.
Yeah, and maybe not even the same team. Maybe they'll have the team that remastered Crash like work on some new content for that.
Vicarious
like,
Visions.
Yeah.
They just put out. Apparently, there was a level from the first Crash that like didn't make it into the final game. They just put that out as free DLC.
Yeah, and then somebody reported that Crash Bandicoot is actually trying to be as hard as Dark Souls now. And I was like, oh, good, thank you.
But speaking of things trending on Twitter, last night Cameron was trending on Twitter as the battle back happened. Aaron, what?
Oh yeah, dude! I wanted Cameron to win so bad. I felt like
he blew that lead so bad. He was up
fucking
7-3
wasn't
on
aiming with the slingshot thing. He was just wildly shooting the fucking balls at the thing.
Yeah, that was. And then it would like once they won that, it was clear Cody was coming back because like he already had the practice with the thing and like so like Paul never really had a chance in that.
Well, and he was so much better than everybody else at that maze anyway.
How do you think this shakes up the game with Cody coming back into the house?
If anything, I think there might end up being a target on Paul's back finally, just because like people might be a little bit upset that Cody's back in, and they might start gunning for Paul. But I don't see that happening, at least not right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think eventually the house is going to turn on Paul, probably soon.
All right, cool. Yeah, this is the first hiccup in Paul's game. But moving on to that, we're going to be talking about the new Atari console, which got kind of unveiled, sorta, maybe. Like I know what it looks like now, I guess. But like,
the most pointless PR move of all time.
Yeah, they just put out a thing with what it looks like.
Drive Jerky's blown the fuck out.
And yeah,
we're back.
Right. What do you think about this thing, David?
It's dumb.
Yeah.
So bad, and it doesn't need to exist.
But it's got a wood grain panel in the front, dude.
That was cool. I was actually really happy about that. I like the design of it a lot, but there's like no room for it in the market. If it's just gonna be like another weak PC that doesn't have really any exclusives, and has some retro games that I'm sure they're gonna charge for. It's such a it doesn't bring anything to the console market that you can't get from a PS4 and Xbox One. Like at least the Switch, like PC gamers are like, you know, I don't want to play on consoles, but the Switch brings like some kind of versatility that I don't have on a PC. So I have an obligation to get that if I want to experience that. We already have two consoles that are weak PCs and play games cross-platform. We don't need another one without some kind of gimmick. So I don't know what Atari is trying to do here besides maybe go bankrupt again. What do you think?
I think they're shooting for that.
What?
Pregnant pause. That was so good.
Just,
that was so good.
Done?
I
said, what do you think, Aaron? And then I thought I lost.
I didn't hear you say that.
It was so good. I wanted it to last forever.
Oh my god, that hurt.
That was
me.
awesome. I'm glad I got to be a part of that.
Aaron, but, Atari console. What do you think?
I think it's fucking stupid. Like, why? Why are we doing it? I think it looks really dumb too. It looks like a piece of something else. Like, I don't know.
It looks like the thing you attached on top of Sega Genesis.
It looks like part of like an old 70s like sound system. Like it looks like a piece of it broke off and then they turned it into a gaming console.
But it looks cool though.
I disagree.
The wood is the only good part. The rest of it looks like a layer cake.
The rest of it looks like the shitty looking like last version of the PS3, the George Foreman grill one. You know what I'm saying?
It looks like those little like slat things should like pull out into like knives or something. Like you pull one up and it's like a tool to fix something else.
And what the fuck? Yeah, no, that's a good point. Who is putting this in their entertainment center? Like this, like it perks up in the back. Like what the fuck is that? What entertainment system is built in for that?
Are all the plugs in the very back of it even?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's nothing on the front. There's like 4 little holes, but they don't do anything. Okay, that's good. Design, guys. Yeah. I'll just put it backwards.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, not a lot of. I mean, I guess probably somebody thought about it, but not too well, I guess. But yeah, don't see that going too well. Something else that isn't going well this week is Battlegrounds PR. Team talking about all right, so let me break the whole story down. So there's this Twitch streamer. I have no idea about this. I've only cared about this when this happened. But there's this Twitch streamer, his name is Dr. Disrespect. And I went in and watched like some of his videos. He's kind of funny. He does the he's like a wrestling heel basically, where he's a bad dude. Like and his character is a bad guy. And I thought it was funny. Don't get me wrong, he's a funny guy. I just don't care, but he's wildly popular in the Battlegrounds community apparently. But in one of his games when he was fucking around, they came across a car that only had enough spots for 3 people, and he was in a squad of 4. And they're like, all right, and his team was like, all right, we'll just go get another car. And then he shot one of his friends in the face. It was like, now we got room, motherfucker. Which, number one, good for you. That's a funny character. But I guess people that were watching
to each other and stuff before.
But I guess people that were watching it were just like because in the game, if you kill your own team, you can get reported and banned. And so people like in the chat, I guess, reported him for team killing or whatever because like it clearly wasn't on accident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so then he turned out to get banned. So that led to him tweeting at PlayerUnknown himself. I hate that we have to call him PlayerUnknown. Like, do we really? Like, he just have a name? Does he not like it? Does he like it?
I'm sure he has a name. Here, I'll just.
I mean, he probably does. I think he's Irish. But he got thing. And so he tweeted out, if you break the lose in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, no matter who you are, you're gonna have a bad time. And Dr. Disrespect tweeted at him, said, I break the rules anytime, anywhere I go, and I look good doing it. So he's still obviously in character.
Hilarious. I love it.
But then apparently he said something along the lines of that he was gonna like kick PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds in the chest or something like that, or I can't remember what exactly he said.
Roundhouse him in the throat, he said.
Yeah, roundhouse him in the throat. And then that led to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds posting a not that long of a letter, a short letter about how even joking about violence isn't okay. I just kind of wanted to get your guys' read on this whole situation.
Great. Brendan PlayerUnknown Green.
Brendan Green.
The guy who
is he from Ireland?
I'm not sure. I don't know that.
No? A Guinness to him?
He made a game about murdering people. And then like someone made a character, probably he had that character before he started playing it. Fucked around in the game. I guess the ban I could kind of see being justified, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. It sets a precedent. Like, yeah, if you team kill, you should be banned, I guess. But that's not what I was going to talk about.
It sets a zero tolerance precedent. Like, I feel like they're like, I don't know. You could have overlooked that one. He's a streamer, like playing a character.
Like
and he killed one of his friends.
The way it works is people have to report you for team killing. You don't just get like if you team kill, you don't get banned because like it is like friendly fire is on for a reason. Because at that point you just turn friendly fire off. But if friendly fire is on because people don't want you to or want like if you get in a firefight and you accidentally kill your buddy, they want that to happen, just not intentionally killing somebody.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Because I mean the reason he got reported was people watching being dickheads. So
yeah, basically.
It's not really a good precedent for that.
But to know the difference between an accidental team kill and an intentional team kill, like they have to review those reports, right?
Yeah, and so he did do it on purpose.
Yeah,
right. So they should have seen though this was a streamer like fucking messing around. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like it got blown out of proportion.
I don't know. I feel like this was an automated thing. I really doubt that they have enough people to watch these. Like they should. I mean, they should, but I doubt that that's the case.
Yeah, they are a small
probably
team,
this was just
sold like fucking 5 million at this point.
Well, okay, we'll get to that in a little bit. But I think that this was just automatically. You got a lot of reports. You did a team kill. Okay, you're banned. Whatever. The letter that they wrote about the guy, like the director, being like, "Hey,"
in his letter he talked about how he had gotten into a physical altercation with a friend of his, and like don't commit violence, and kind of that stuff.
I get that, but like this guy was obviously. It's not like he was like, I'm going to come to your fucking office and shoot you in the face. Like, people do that, and that's terrible. People say those things.
It kind of feels to me like he got backed into a corner and had to say something, which I'm not doubting that experience happened to him, and I do feel bad about it, but, like, I don't know. I just feel like, again, this got blown out of proportion.
Yeah, and this, I don't know. The subreddit has really been kind of, like, talking about a lot of these kind of bans. Like, one of the Redditors was like, yeah, I was playing, and some guy killed 2 of my teammates, and so I killed him, and then he reported me, and I got banned. We both got banned, basically, even though I was trying to defend myself in the game. And then PlayerUnknown's like PR person basically came into their Discord and was like, "Hey, if you don't want to get team killed, I would recommend not joining a random squad, like queuing up without a team." I'm like, so if you don't want to get team killed, basically just don't play the game. It just seemed like a really bad response. And it seems like they're setting a precedent for team killing where it's just like zero tolerance. You're always going to get banned for it. And it's very easy to abuse in some cases. So what do you guys think that the precedent should be for this kind of thing? Do you think that it should be an automated system, or do you think that it should be a case-by-case basis of like intense like review? Like that would take a lot of staff though, because we have to keep in mind and a lot of resources. Where do you think the middle ground is there?
I go back and forth. I don't know. Like at a certain point, like if it becomes so much of a problem, you could just take friendly fire out, like to a certain degree. Like I know it makes the game more fun, kind of in a certain way, but like it doesn't happen that often. It's not an integral part of the game to where you need to have friendly fire in there. So like if it becomes a serious problem, where like people are getting banned, like for like you said, like random joins your squad, he kills your friends, you fight back, you kill him, and then you both get banned. Like that's shitty. No one wants that. So like I would understand just maybe taking out friendly fire at that point, but I don't know. What do you say here?
I mean, in that same vein, you could also do the same thing they're doing with like the first person. Just maybe have a game type that is like
friendly fire on or hardcore.
Yeah, friendly fire on. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually that's a better idea. So yeah,
and in that case, I think you could take out banning for if you queued up with.
I mean, unless it's like egregious, like you've got a guy running around being a fucking asshole, team killing people on purpose. Sure, ban that guy. But like for the isolated incidences, like I don't think you need a dedicated team to sit around and review these reports and ban people, especially if you have two different game types.
Yeah, I think that's asking a lot, but it would be in the perfect world that would be how it would go.
Right, sure, that would be ideal, but
obviously it's not possible. In this case, I think that the response about the tweet was, I don't know, it seemed like he got a little personal about it, and that's fine, however you want to come back to that, but it's a game about violence and kind of like glorifying violence, so it just feels a little weird. And
I don't know, I don't really buy into that argument, because there's a difference between like simulated violence and
right, yeah, that's
real life things.
That's a good
like,
argument.
But like, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna say he overreacted, because who am I to tell you how to react to somebody like threatening you, even if it is humorous, but like, I don't know. It's a tricky situation, because this obviously isn't the, like, as much shit that happens to developers being fucking, like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you, and shit like that. Like, that shit happens all the time. This is, like, the least, not critical, the least big thing that's happened in that regard. Not the least, maybe, but, like, this isn't the biggest. And there are other, but, like, I don't want to minimize his own story, like, also, so, like, I don't know.
I was less concerned with Brennan Green's response, more concerned with the community manager.
Yeah, the banning thing, I think, is the more interesting part of this.
Just being like, hey, don't play the game. You don't want to. You don't like it, don't play it. That's not. Come on.
So yeah, these next two stories here go hand in hand. PS4 is getting new system software update here in the coming weeks, probably, and then I'm gonna keep hiccuping. And then Xbox is getting a new system update as well. In the Xbox One, there's gonna be a bunch of new things where you can like add pictures to your account and stuff like that. And the PS4 one, not a lot is known about it. It's only in the beta thing, but apparently some of the things that they talked about in the so when you sign up for the beta, you have to do a questionnaire or whatever to and that kind of gives you insight into what things they're thinking about trying out. So like you understand what I'm saying? Like the last one, what did the last one add? I'm trying to remember.
Boost mode.
What?
Boost mode for the Pro.
Okay. Well, yeah. All right. So it added boost mode for the Pro. So one of the things that would have been in the questionnaire is like, do you have a PlayStation Pro?
Do you have a Pro?
And if you said yeah, then you're more likely to get into the beta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in this one, the question was, do you use PlayStation Now? So maybe they're doing something in regards to PlayStation Now, and maybe I don't know what that necessarily contains.
Like making it less shitty.
Yeah, possibly. Or adding, what I would think might actually happen is adding some kind of tier where the PS3 games that you get for PS Plus or whatever, maybe those become part of PlayStation Now or something like that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you guys would feel about that, but what do you think about what would we all three on PlayStation 4? Let's go Xbox. I just want to add in here because I wanted to mention it. But what things does the PS4? What is your one biggest thing you want on the PS4 like UI, Aaron?
Aaron, can you think of anything?
Off the top of my head, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with the UI. I don't know. They added the folders thing. That was probably my biggest gripe. And the funniest part is I don't even use the folders. I still do it the same way. Off the top of my head, no, I don't really have anything.
I think I would like to see more of like the PS3 functionality of like the drop downs. Like I really liked the way that it did that. It was very like games. Here's your games, and then you have folders in that games folder. So it's like an x-axis like applications, and then the y-axis like software in that category. So I really like that. I fucking want custom avatars. Stop making me use your ass avatars. It's not 2006 anymore. It's not okay for me to have a fucking pine cone for my PS4 icon anymore. It's stupid, and it feels like you're treating me like a child with no responsibility.
Well, David, don't you know the pinecone avatar? I don't think they'll ever add that because like you can buy avatars and stuff like that. So like,
it's so stupid. I'm tired of seeing pro gamer flaming skull icon $2. Weed skull.
Those are the worst too. When they're the worst is when there's a sale. And it's like, oh, cool, like 500 things are on sale, and like 350 of them are avatars. Yeah. Fucking things. I'm like, go fuck yourself. I don't want any of this shit.
Laser eyes cat avatar.
The thing I think I would like the most is for them to revamp the store. I think from like when you get into the store, it's not that bad, but then when you're trying to find something in the store on the PlayStation, it's a pain in the fucking ass. They have the wheel or whatever of the letters. Yeah. Where it's like if I want to look up Time Splinters, I have to go to T, then I have to scroll all the way back down to I. And then M, and I'm like, oh shit, Time Splinters was a PS2 game. I'm not gonna find this on here.
Yeah, it's a good one. I forgot about that. The store does suck. At least the searching for stuff sucks.
Yeah, so that would be my biggest gripe, and then also change your names.
It's only like that so you can see more products on the right while you're searching.
Yeah,
it's like a pain in the ass to find really specific things too, like the Destiny 2 beta. I had to look up Destiny 2, then go to that, then go down to like add-on content or some bullshit for that to find the Destiny 2 beta.
You're absolutely right. With the Crash thing, that level is free for everybody right now. But you don't need to own the game to have it, but you have to go to the Crash page like you own the game if you want to buy it right now. Like say I'm going to buy Crash in like 2 weeks or whatever, but I want to get that free level before it's not free anymore. You have to go in there now into the store page, into the add-ons, and it's just like that's too convoluted to for me to handle that. I think that would be my biggest thing, but we shall see. I would be cool if a PlayStation Now thing came to PS Plus. I think that would in some way, like maybe you get one trial of a game a month. Or something
like that. Audible or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I just started Audible. It's great.
Is it? You've been listening to books? Aaron, you ever listen to books?
Nah.
All right.
I've been listening to The Disaster Artist. Good. Highly recommend it.
These next three stories really here aren't that big. Her Story, Sam Barlow, who was the creator of that game, is teaming up with Annapurna Interactive, which is the cool video game publisher that did Edith Finch. And they're doing some other games. They're doing what was the one? It was on the Xbox stage at E3, The Artful Escape, and another one that's like Dark Souls, but they don't have any faces. I can't remember that game. Ashen, that's what it's called. So they're doing cool things right there. I'm excited for another Her Story thing. Would you be up for that, Aaron?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I loved Her Story. That'd be great. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be totally different, but still, it'd be nice to see something else.
But I think it is going to be FMV still, like where they have a character or whatever, right. Actress or actor. This next story here is about Patapon Remastered getting a release date of August 1st. David, how hype are you?
Very hyped. I played this game when I was little, but I was too stupid to like get very far because I didn't understand it. But I think now that I'm, hopefully a little less dumb, I can really get in there and enjoy it. I love the art. I love the music. It's super cute, and I think it's gonna look great. And it's only, it's $15, which is like, it only includes
all
the
three
first
of them,
game.
or is it just one?
No, it's only the first game. A lot of people are disappointed about that because a lot of people think like the third game is the best, whatever. But I'm sure those are coming.
Yeah.
So for somebody like me who never really got to play this, great news. Please more PSP ports.
Are you? I guess I've never noticed this about you, but you really like Thumper. Are you big into rhythm games, David? And you like sound shapes?
And I like Necrodancer.
And Necrodancer, yeah.
Kind of am. Yeah, they make me feel like really in the zone. I guess they really put me in that headspace of like locking in and just getting it done, and that's super fun. Like I love when games, especially because those games tend to be like they have to be innovative because there's only so many things you can do with music. Thumper is very innovative. It's like minimalism. Necrodancer is like a roguelite dungeon crawler. Like that's cool. Yeah, I guess I am. I really like them. Not like DDR, but more.
I just never thought about that. Putting these pieces together. As one would say.
Who knows what
Last one, Undertale, as we learned, E3 is coming to PS4 and Vita. It's coming out on August 15th. Aaron, are you gonna play this? I'm gonna play this. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I actually really want to. I always meant to play it. I just never got around to it. So that'd be awesome.
I was the same. I didn't have a PC at the time, so.
It's so fucking good. And I don't know how much you guys are turned off by like some of the
fan community and stuff like that.
Fan base like kind of side of it, but just pretend pretend you've never heard of it. I played it when it first came out, and I literally think it's one of my. Gosh.
Saw a ton of it at HyoCon last year.
Yeah, it's so fucking good, and the music alone is like worth the price.
This to me reminds me of from what Shovel Knight is to like Mega Man or something like that. This is to like Earthbound or one of those old SNES JRPGs. So I guess Mega Man wasn't on the SNES. But
definitely inspiring a lot of other indie devs. There's another Earthbound like game coming out. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. It's set in like the 90s. Play like a bunch of hipsters basically.
There's a cool one. I haven't started it yet, but I just bought because it was on sale. Cosmic Star Heroine, which is like Chrono Trigger, but with space girl who kills aliens.
That's cool. I've never heard of that. Oh, here I googled Earthbound hipster game. It's called Y2K.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Looks all right. I don't know. The animations look bad, but the music's fine. So yeah. I think that'll maybe be good. But I'm glad that more of those games are kind of being made now. That's Undertale.
Cool. This brings us into the next segment, which is what we've been playing this week. And Aaron, I'm gonna start with you. You picked up a new game this week, and I want to hear about your first 10 hours ish with it.
I've been playing Persona 5.
Persona 5.
Right. I love like RPGs in general, just different kinds. I mean, obviously this isn't like your traditional like open world RPG like fucking Dragon Age or Skyrim or something. But I still love it. It took me a minute to get used to the scheduling thing. I actually had a big issue. I was telling you guys about that, where like I was under the impression that once you went into a palace and finished it, that time was done, that you went on to the next part of the game.
Yeah.
So I thought that you had to put that off as long as possible to like get the most out of that time before the palace, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I spent literally like the entire time just fucking around until I had like 3 days until the expulsion or whatever. And so I went in there, I got everything done, I came out, and it was down to 2 days. And I was like, okay, cool, like this will work out perfectly. Then you have to send the calling card, and I sent the calling card, and that takes an entire day on its own. So by the time all the story like setup bullshit was done, it was just like, oh no, you're out of time, like game over, you have to restart. Which I think is kind of stupid. Like I feel like it shouldn't let you get to that point if there's no coming back.
I thought it didn't. I thought that it always let you at least have a day to do the dungeon.
It's like kind of fucking dumb because you get to where there's like 3 days left, but at that point it's already game over. There's no, you know what I mean? Like there should, in my opinion, there should be something that's like, you really need to do this by this date or it's game over. You know what I mean? Like instead of having this 3 days of, well, you've already fucked up so bad you're gonna die. Like let me just let you keep playing. It was just a massive waste of time.
I understand what Aaron is saying, and I kind of agree with it. As a person, I played Persona 4, so like I obviously knew all that going in. But
yeah, I've never played a Persona game either.
As somebody going in completely blind, I understand where that would be. Like where I think the game does a really good job of explaining a lot of what it does. There are a few things here.
I disagree. It does not do a good job at all of explaining the scheduling thing. It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying a few places here or there it doesn't. Like, and I think the scheduling is one. And I also think the way what persona you have equipped when you're talking to different people, that doesn't get explained that well.
So I'd say some of the combat mechanics and the scheduling are really my only two complaints. Yeah, so far, anyway.
My other thing aside is when your player character dies, like that's
fucking annoying too.
It's like why?
That's literally stupid. Like I let myself die in one fight because I was like, oh, it's fucking Final Fantasy. If I die, like I'll just finish it up with my other characters and use a revive beat or something. But no, when your fucking character dies, it's just game over. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, everybody else has to be like a sacrificial lamb for fucking.
That's like actually fucking dumb.
Yeah, that is my other big gripe. But are you liking it so far? I'm sure like we're talking shit about it, but I'm sure you're liking it so far.
Oh yeah, it's easy to point out the negatives, but like other than that, I fucking love it. The characters are great. The story is awesome. It's like when I first started it up, you see it as like this fucking like just goofy like comical representation of like high school for like anime kids, or whatever.
Japanese
Um,
kids
Japanese anime kids, or like
from the
just
island
Japanese
of
culture, I
anime.
guess. But it's not at all really. It's like it's got that like comic book feel, and it's kind of goofy and lighthearted, but it's also got some like fucking heavy hitting like dark storylines. Like there's some crazy shit that happens, and it's really cool to see that in that kind of perspective, I guess.
Yeah, no, David and I'm only on like the 4th palace.
You're gonna pass CJ and like.
I'll finish it. It'll happen, I'm sure.
I'm about to start the 2nd palace. Like I just confronted.
Did you get to name your people yet?
Yeah.
What did you call them?
It's fucking kind of dumb, but like, so you know how they call themselves the Phantom Thieves of Heart at first? We're still the Phantom Thieves, and it made me name my team, so I named the team just like Heart. So we're still the Phantom Thieves of Heart, you know? I thought I was being clever, but it's like kind of stupid, probably.
Yeah, I didn't know what the name that is, so I spent like 15 minutes looking up thieves and phantom in a bunch of different languages, and then I just inevitably ended up calling them the Phantom. So like it was very boring.
I almost did that, but I was like, no, I have to change it at least a little bit. So
It's
we're
just
just
like
my team is called.
I went into the like I looked it up online and figured out like the canonical name of the protagonist and shit like that to like name him properly. Because in Persona 4, I made the mistake of naming my protagonist Ryan Gosling, just as a joke to think that was funny. But then, number one, in Japanese, the names were reversed, so I was Gosling Ryan. And then also throughout the whole game, everybody was just like, "What's up, Gosling? How you doing?" And I'm just like, "I don't like this. This is very off-putting for the whole."
They do that sometime in Persona 5, but it's not as bad. Like they usually call you by your first name, or they'll use like
they usually call you Joker
with that like I think it's like the respectful like addition. I don't know what you call
like
it.
San or whatever.
Yeah, like Coon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool. David, what have you been up to?
What have I been playing?
Yeah. What the fuck? Well, you know what the fuck I was asking you. We're doing a podcast. I'm not asking you about your life.
Okay.
How was Dunkirk?
Keep it casual. How was Dunkirk? Actually, very good. But that's beside
So
the
we can
point.
talk about Aaron. I don't know your reaction. What did you think of Spider-Man?
Oh, I loved it. It was great. I loved that he was so fucking like just goofy and clumsy. Like I don't know. It was just I feel like Tom Holland is best Spider-Man so far.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. David was like, I hated how goofy and I hated fun. I wanted him to be all serious all the time. I wanted him to be Spider Robot.
That's like what Spider-Man is, dude. He's like he gets fucked up and then he makes a joke about it.
Literally didn't say any of that. But
anyway, what have you been playing, David?
This morning I got on Steam and I downloaded Gigantic, which is that game that I heard of last night.
Gigantic.
Yeah,
I was actually kind of curious about that.
Gigantic.
A
big love.
Yeah, we've heard that song. Thank you. I downloaded it and I played it because I was
a pot of gold.
Was watching a streamer I like do a sponsored stream last night of it, and I was like, that looks like fun. So I downloaded it, and it's very fun. It feels.
Is it really? That's exciting, actually, because I thought it looked cool.
Actually, play with me because CJ won't. So.
I really wanted to. I saw like an ad on Twitter, and I was like, oh, okay, that looks fun.
It has such good movement. Like it's so fast, and it's not like a MOBA.
It looks like a cross between like Overwatch and just a MOBA.
This has been in development for like 7 years, and actually, I read a story today about the developers ran out of money in like 2005 or something. Just went almost completely bankrupt. They had to fire. The lead director fired everyone on the team because he couldn't afford them anymore. And then the next day, they all just came back in and kept working on it. And then I think another company, not Microsoft, I don't remember the publisher's name, but they picked them up and basically funded them to finish the game. The gameplay is great. So essentially there are two giant monsters, hence the name, that want to kill each other. And you fight for them. And it's not like lanes like a MOBA. There's not like 3 lanes that you have to follow. There are basically spawn points that you can go and attack or capture, and then you can spawn monsters that do a certain thing, like one of them builds walls, one of them heals your players, and one of them reveals other players on the map. And if you kill the other players' monsters, you get points. And if you kill other players, you get points. And these points basically lead up to a big attack of the other monsters. So when you build up your meter enough, your like kaiju will basically go over and pin theirs down, and then you attack it and you wound it. And 3 of those basically ends the game. And these games aren't like 40 minutes long like Dota. They're like maybe 20 at most, because in the last phase of the game, the map shrinks in some way, like water will rise or walls will collapse, and then you are all funneled into like one big arena and you just kill each other until you get that final hit and win the game. The classes feel great. Like I said, it's very fast. It's just got a lot of kind of variance in the gameplay styles of the.
Is there any single player kind of element to it, or is it just multiplayer?
Nah. I mean, there's like a practice.
Like there's a
arena where you can
tutorial
run
thing,
around
but
and,
not
like,
like it's like Overwatch. Like there is a tutorial.
yeah,
thing
it's
in
like a
Overwatch.
multiplayer game.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just didn't know. Just curious.
And the heroes go on like weekly cycles. Like you can play these 5 this week, and then you can unlock them. It's not that hard to unlock characters, but there's
Keep
a place
track of
where
them.
you
You
can.
won't get them pregnant.
That's right. But you can buy one character at a time and like get skins for them and stuff like it's a normal MOBA kind of system. But it is free to play, and there's really no real incentive to pay money to like win or anything like that that I can see. Art style's great. Game's super fun. I was having a lot of fun with it today, and I hate MOBAs. Hate them to death.
I hate
Fuck 'em
MOBAs as
forever.
well.
But this
Well, I
game-
don't hate MOBAs,
it's
but
more
they're not
like
my
a-
favorite.
We're like a third-person shooter that took everything good about Dota and that gameplay loop and just cranked it up to 11, got rid of all of the bullshit. The game has been decided in 20 minutes, so you're going to lose for another 40 minutes. The game can change hands at any time. It's got a really good system for that in play.
I love that art style too. That like just goofy like.
It's so fun. Like the
So
game
it's isometric, right?
No,
Oh, it's not. It's
Third
third
person,
person. Okay,
free
my bad. I
cam.
thought I was like picturing isometric.
definitely go watch some gameplay.
Okay, I will
and
check it out.
check it out because I think we would all have a lot of fun playing it. It's seriously like I'm gonna go play it after the podcast.
Oh fuck!
What?
What?
Use that. I don't know if you guys heard that or not.
Oh,
Oh,
I
is
heard
that
a little
thunder?
bit. Yeah, it sounded like gunshots. I didn't know what it was.
Thunder in here, it's storming.
Yeah, it's supposed to storm
But,
here later.
Also been playing Soma. It's good.
Spooky.
game.
Still
Spooky,
spooky.
very good, very
Yeah.
very recommended.
Did you play Until Dawn?
Yeah, we got it.
No.
We're gonna play it.
I know.
We're
it
gonna
was
try
free.
and have fun with that probably.
I just didn't know.
Yeah,
if you ever
that's-
messed around with
we
that
almost
free
bought
version.
it, but I'm glad we held off now.
All right, cool.
Great.
The big thing I think all three of us have messed around with a little bit though is the Destiny beta, their Destiny 2 beta, which went live, and just kind of want to get everybody's thoughts on that. So Aaron, I know how David feels about it. How did you do? How did you think about it?
I mean, it just feels like more Destiny. The class changes are kind of cool. Like they've added a few minor changes here and there. Like every class has a new ability on the circle button, where like if you double tap circle, you can do something, which is
Is
cool.
that how you do that? You double tap it? I didn't. know.
Yeah, I had to go into
You
a
can
menu to
hold it
figure
as
that
a
out.
warlock.
I was like, how the fuck do I do
Warlocks
this?
hold it. I think hunters double tap it, and like
Hunters and Titans double tap.
I could be wrong about that.
I definitely had. It was annoying though, because like I had to open the fucking like Titan subclass and like just read all my shit to figure out how to use it.
Yeah.
Which is weird for a new ability. You'd think they'd be all about like showing that off.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun. I mean, it's like I said, it's more Destiny. I had a blast playing it. I'm excited to play it more, but I really hope that there's more like new content, if that makes sense. Like I hope they changed it a little bit more than what I saw in the beta, but I haven't really played the multiplayer or anything yet. So
Have you? So you just did the intro mission and stuff like that, right?
yeah, but I did it twice. I did it with a Hunter and a Titan.
Okay, cool. So I did the strike, and I have to say I was not like impressed, like really at all by the strike, because just
Mhm.
like my biggest complaint revolves around the fact. So now snipers and shotguns and fusion rifles, I think, are all purple weapons, which
Yeah, I
used
saw
to just
that,
be
too.
rocket launchers and what was the other one? Heavy machine gun.
Which,
Um,
in a way, that's kind of nice though, because now you can have two primary weapons essentially. Like you can have like a hand cannon and a assault rifle or whatever you
Which
call
is
it.
nice until you fight a boss. When like in the old game, you used to save that purple ammo until you fought a boss, and it was really fun, and you can like knock him out. But like if you're using your shotgun as like a weapon, like you don't use a shotgun, like you don't run up on a strike boss that's huge with a shotgun. Like that's not how it works really. And then also like because the purple ammo is so scarce, you're not like using normally during a boss fight you would snipe them a bunch or something like that. But for like 80% of the boss fight, you're just using your machine gun. And
Well, I think
like,
that change makes more sense for PvP than PvE.
it completely does, which
Um,
I'm not
why
a
it's
fan of.
there.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking though is, and obviously I don't have as much experience with it, so I could be totally wrong on this, but my guess is like that change in PvE is to make you rely more on those like new class abilities and like teamwork and stuff like that. Because say you're a Titan, you get a shotgun, but you've got that fucking wall that you can put up that like instantly reloads your ammo.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use some crazy heavy machine gun, like fucking just unload that on a boss, duck for a split second, pop back up, and just keep doing it. So like while you've got that wall out, you have infinite ammo. So I think they want you to rely more on yourself and your abilities than on fucking whipping out a rocket launcher and just dumping that on the boss. If I had to guess, like obviously I haven't played the strike yet, so I don't know.
But yeah, to me, like I guess that so for the I'm not sure how Titan's ability works where you get infinite ammo, but like the ammo drops are super scarce. So like they're the purple
Well,
ammo
it's not
drops.
just infinite ammo. You don't have to reload. There's no reload time. You literally like
So
crouch
you
behind
just
the
get-
thing, pop back up, and just keep fucking dumping
But
shots.
so wait, you get that with your purple gun too? Your
With any weapon you have it out, yes, yeah.
What? I had to reload my purple gun.
I'm talking about with that
With
specific
Titan.
Titan ability. That was the best example I had because that's the one I'm familiar with.
Okay.
But like I'm
as playing it as a warlock, the ammo drops are the same as they were before. So you're like getting purple ammo twice during a boss fight, maybe 3 times if you're lucky. So like that whole time you're just using your machine gun, and like after a while it gets kind of tedious, and it wasn't as exciting. And I liked what they were doing with the environmental puzzles a little bit more in this, with the big drill site thing or whatever in the strike, if you did that. But like I don't know, just that really bothered me. And then it's so obvious when you go into PvP and things aren't just a big shotgun sniper fest. Like that's clearly why they did this.
I like the shotgun sniper fest though.
And like I was back and forth
yeah,
on
I'm
it. Like,
upset because I played with a shotgun like almost all the time.
yeah, I didn't. So like I actually wasn't doing good because like I was playing it before, like all the like you had to pre-order it when I was playing it or whatever. So it was like the hardcore, not the hardcore people, but like people that were good at the game at that point. I don't know, but I wasn't doing that great. But the assault rifle is what I primarily use, so that's good for me, I guess. But like at the same time, it's like I'm kind of bummed that they did that. David, I don't know how you feel, but
I didn't like it very much. Basically, what I heard before I went in kind of curbed my expectations a lot, which I needed because I was super hyped for this. People were saying it felt like the game was a lot slower, like movement was a lot clunkier. You're kind of going through syrup, is what I kept reading. So I jumped in and I was like, well, this doesn't seem that bad. I was sprinting around, and then I noticed exactly what they meant. So in the first game, my favorite thing to do was to slide, and then at the end of your slide, you could jump, and it would like push you forward. You could like kind of get a little boost out of it. In this game, you slide and you jump, and you just jump straight.
I think they cut the
fucking air.
distance of the slide in this one too. I noticed that.
Yeah, I just was stuck, and I was like, oh no, this is terrible. This is so like, I loved doing that, and I was like, this sucks. And yeah, it's like everything was rebalanced for PvP, and I don't know why they didn't just balance things separately. Like, why not have ammo drops be the limiting factor on how much you can use powerful weapons in PvP, but then in PvE, you know, have those stronger weapons be more readily available to you. And I heard that they're gonna balance that out a little more. I heard that this beta build's a few months old.
So again,
but
it's
I
not
don't know.
the end of the world. All this stuff we're talking about right now, ammo drops, and the other thing I want to mention is fucking cooldown times, like on your grenade and shit.
Oh my
is way
fucking
too
god,
long.
it's like 5 minutes.
It's
Yeah.
way too long, and also supers take too long. Like in PvP, you get one super. Like that's
Yep.
it.
At the end of the game. And everyone gets it at the same
and
time.
everyone
because
gets it at
there's
the same time. So like it takes that shit is fucked up. But like that shit can all be changed readily. That's nothing to do with the design of the game or anything like that. This beta, I think, a big part of it is it doesn't have like a wide breadth of content. I don't think, which like that's fine. Like it only has one level, a strike, and then 2 PvP things. Whereas the first beta had you could explore literally a quarter of the game of the first beta or the beta in Destiny 1. But that's more of the thing I really hope they fix with Destiny 2 is the explorative nature of stuff, because the best part of Destiny 2 was in the Taken King with the Dreadnought stuff. And if all the open areas are like that, then that would be the thing that would make me happy with this game. Less so, I at a certain point I would get used to the ammo drops and how all that stuff works. But and like they didn't show me any of that in this beta, but that's fine. They can save it for the game. That's fine. This was just like a little test, but like,
Right, and there's obviously going to be like a lot of different weapons and stuff that we haven't seen yet
Yeah,
that might
obviously.
make that new mechanic function a little bit better. So like this is all based on a really limited experience. Like at least I don't know how much you've played it, but I played it for maybe a couple hours.
I also don't like the writing very much.
no, I thought the writing was fine.
They went
I thought it was way better this time. At least that opening like cutscene I thought was pretty cool. It was
I don't know.
more
Yeah,
interesting than
and-
anything from the first one.
And during the gameplay itself, like when you like you go also seeing the tower like all destroyed and stuff like that. That part was cool.
That was cool.
But like when you walk by like where you would go to the vendor of the emblem vendor or whatever the fuck, and like the warlock person like comes and like smashes like 30 people, or not 30, but like you get interactions with NPCs during the mission that aren't just in your headset.
I just was tired of Tony Stark showing up and smirkily like delivering one-liners. I get it.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
Obviously, Iron Man. Yes.
Yeah, that's
literally Iron Man. I was like, okay, but I don't know. I don't feel like they improved the game. I don't feel like they improved the core game. They just made Destiny again and then like made it worse in some ways. And I was like,
I don't know. It's definitely a step up from beginning Destiny 1 for sure. Like that's not.
Yeah, but
in terms of gameplay, I don't think so.
I'm almost with David in the sense that I don't think it should be Destiny 2 because it doesn't feel like that enough was added or changed. Like it literally just feels like a patch or an expansion.
A rebalanced Destiny 1 is not what I fucking want. Thank you. Like,
so on a gameplay level, you might be right, but not to try to take like I'm playing devil's advocate here. Like, if in Destiny 1, the Earth, Mars, the Moon, and Venus were all like the Dreadnought, like that would be a substantially better game.
Yeah.
And like if that's what they can do,
but we don't know that. I'm
not saying we do, but I'm saying that's what I care about. I care about that more.
I understand, and hopefully the level design is better. It's not just fucking hallways.
And if the writing is a little bit better this time around, it'll make things like the exploration a lot more fun to do because you'll actually care about the world that you're in. Whereas the first Destiny, I didn't give a fuck. Like I had no idea what was happening.
And the story, to be totally honest, like
that's
remember the end of Destiny 1?
No.
Where you just yeah, exactly. You just go to the shipwright or whatever, and she's like, "You did good, Guardian." And then
they hand you a gun and it's over.
That you're like already out leveled for, and it's like, what the fuck? Like this was seriously the ending. What the fuck is this game?
Well, they had the Halo guy write Destiny. He was like about to leave, kind of from Bungie, and they read the script and they were like, "Yeah, we got to rewrite this. Too goofy." And so they scrapped the script and then he left. And then they were like, we got to play it straight. And everyone hated that. And now they're like, well, let's just do like Marvel does and make it really goofy. Like without our fucking lead writer. Like, are you kidding me? I don't know. They did not realize what made people like the writing in Halo at all. And they just tried to play it way too straight.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll have more thoughts about Destiny coming up. We're all going to play it regardless of whether we want to or not kind of situation.
Yeah, it's a super fun game to play with people, especially. Like I'm excited to start playing it again. Like despite all the complaints I had about it, I had a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah, you and Caleb played it so much. That was the main squad.
I played the shit out of it. Me and Caleb did doubles for like a week straight. We stayed up like super late.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it coming out in beginning of September. But the next segment is the current recommend segment where we talk about one cool game that maybe we've been playing or something like that we wanted to give a shout out to. For me this week, it is gonna be all right. Hold your horses. Don't shit on me when I say
fucker.
This. What?
I thought you hadn't decided. I thought you were like, let me find something.
No.
Hate when we do. Okay.
I just finished this game, and you don't ever beat love. You know what I'm saying? You never beat empathy or anything like that. But the game I'm referring to is a game called Peggle Blast, which is on your phone.
Now that beginning, that fucking intro makes even less sense.
Wow, dude.
Because let me tell you, this game. So Threes is the best mobile game of all time, bar none. It's not a question. The game Threes, in which you move puzzle pieces to create the number 3 and then 6 and then 9, or 3 and then 6 and then 12 and then 24, is the best mobile game to ever exist. Followed closely by Monument Valley. But then another game called Peggle Blast comes along. Which, are you guys familiar with Peggle at all?
I used to have Peggle and WoW.
Yeah, there was an app in WoW where you could play Peggle.
So Peggle Blast is the perfect iteration of Peggle, in that it's just on your phone at any time, and you can just play it whenever.
Did that not exist before?
No, it was on.
Are you fucking with me? Why?
What do you mean? It's the first Peggle.
It took them so long.
I don't know. It's not new. This game is from 2014. I just finished.
I know, but
just
like,
now.
I feel like the mobile one should have come out before Candy Crush. Like,
it has 208 levels that I went through, and the thing about it is a mobile game in that you only get 6 lives, and then you have to wait 20 minutes to fucking play again. And I have been playing this game for a year and a half. Every time I didn't kick off on Rocket League, I was playing Peggle Blast. Every time I wasn't, yeah, all the time. I play it so much. I play it at work. I play it at home. I play it on a bus. Sam, I am. The thing about Peggle Blast is that it is one of these games that it constantly is there for you. In the way that Pokemon Go was, where it was a perfect little thing to like fuck around with, like whenever you were just on the train. Peggle Blast is that, except your phone doesn't blow up from being too hot. So I just want to give a good shout out to Peggle Blast, which I just finished. I'm gonna look at it right now. I got 433 of the 585 stars. So could I go back and 3-star everything? Yeah, I could. Will I? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. That's a lot. But
And it took you 2 years to do this?
It took me around 2 years to do this. And also I had on my old phone that I broke, I was up to level like 150. And then I broke my phone, and I guess I don't know how like fucking cloud saves work on the iPhone, but I had to restart everything again.
Oh my god.
That is my commitment to this game.
That's impressive.
So Peggle Blast on iOS and Android is a game that one should check out because it is a top 10 iPhone or mobile game of all time. So yeah.
I'm surprised. I like that though. I feel like none of us really have any good recommendations, so it's about time somebody got into mobile gaming a little bit, you know?
It is a fun. It does exactly what you want in a mobile game. In that it is a Facebook game.
Don't Starve is available on iOS now.
I wonder how that plays on a phone.
It was 99 cents the other day, so I got it and messed around with it a little bit. It's fine. Like yeah. I didn't get very I didn't start doing any of the like hard stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like I'm sure there might be some issues, but I had fun with what I did.
Cool. So then the last part of our show is where we go into one in-depth topic of the week, and that week we're gonna be talking about. I introed that very badly, didn't I?
This week
we're going to be talking about release windows and how important it is to play a game like when the Zeitgeist is going on. So we're doing a gaming podcast, so it's obviously we kind of want to try to keep up on new stuff and stuff like that. And I write about games, so like I kind of try to do that. But like this year, I just got a PC for the first time, and so I just played a bunch of different PC games. The biggest one being the Stanley Parable.
Played WoW yet, dude?
No, I'm not a fucking. I got too much Peggle Blast to play, Aaron. I ain't got time for WoW.
I mean, that's fair.
But I finally played the Stanley Parable, which if you don't know is this cool like first person kind of narrative game that came out in like 2007. No, it's younger.
It wasn't that early.
It was like 2009. I think. No, was it?
You're out of your fucking mind.
Stanley Parable.
I was about to say, I mean, we're all sitting at a computer. I feel like it wouldn't be hard to.
2011. We were both wrong.
No, yeah, 2011. There you go. But yeah, it's a narrative explorative kind of. You know what the fuck I'm saying. It's a game where you do stuff and walk around. It's a walking simulator, but it's really cool. It has really interesting things going on with it. But it was weird to. Well, I mean, that game's not that long, but for me to play a game that is 20-30 hours long, that's not new or not the hotness kind of thing, is a little weird for me, and I just kind of wanted to get your guys' take on that.
I agree. I really have a problem with playing things when everybody's done talking about it. I feel like it sucks. Like I get like sucked into the marketing. Like a marketing strategy is like to have a lot of people about it. It always works on me. Like I almost bought Splatoon 2 even though I was like kind of meh on the beta because everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna miss out. Like it literally is the selling point for me. That's why I got Gigantic. Like on the forums and shit, people were like, hey, check out this game. It's actually fun, and the hate wasn't as strong, you know. Internet, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll try it, and I liked it. And there's people playing it, and like Rocket League is just the thing that like perpetually lots of people play, so I have no problem playing that consistently. But if there's like a single player game, like I had a really hard time bringing myself to play Wolfenstein. It's like nobody's talking.
Yeah, no one's talking about it. Wolfenstein. You got to jump because the second one got announced, so like you had a more of a.
That was exactly why I went back and played it. I was like, there's got to be some reason to talk about it, and it's just like it's that feeling of like community that you get, even when you're playing a single player game, knowing that other people are playing it with you. Kind of, I don't know. It's a weird psychological thing. I don't know what causes that, but
I totally hear you.
Very vulnerable to it.
Like that, there's something like I played when it came out. I played The Last Guardian, and I played it right when it came out when everybody was talking about it. No one is talking about The Last Guardian right now. If I had a copy of The Last Guardian, I wouldn't be motivated to fucking play that game. Like I don't care. Like there's no thing that's compelling me to do that. And like I don't know. I get that way for sure with older games. Not even older games, like games from last year. Like they're like Shadow of Mordor. I kind of like I'm interested in that game. I might want to play it, but like, like there's other stuff.
It's almost worse when it's like the 1 year. When it's old enough, it's like okay, there's no expectation. But when it's like a year and it's like, man, nobody's talking about it, and it came out only a year ago, like that is even almost worse. I get it, honestly.
Or like Final Fantasy 15, like I put 10-ish hours into that at the end of last year, and then I started, like, Gravity Rush came out, and I was like, well, I guess it's time to start playing this year's games. I gotta say bye Final Fantasy 15. Like, even though I was having fun with it, I don't know, I felt like I was wasting my time almost in a way, if that makes any sense. Aaron, how do you feel?
I feel like I'm not really like that to that degree. Like sometimes I'll get a game because everybody's talking about it, but usually I don't care that much. Like it's I get enough of what I need for games I don't care about, just like talking to you guys, like reading about it, you know. Like perfect example is Persona 5. Like I'm so far behind on getting that game. I got it just because, like, obviously I keep hearing people talk about it. I've always wanted to play it. I just never really had time. And I just now got to the point where the only thing I'm really playing is Diablo, and I can pick that up whenever. So I was like, all right, now's a good time to get Persona. So I bought it. And I've been playing it. And like another perfect example is I played Dragon Age Inquisition when it came out for fucking like a year. Like just didn't even care about the other games that were out, just because like I play the ones that I like until I'm done with them. Like I don't care as much about being a part of the conversation, except for like obviously things like this. I'd rather just play a game that I like until I'm finished with it.
Yeah, no, I'm like the exact opposite of that. I feel like where I feel guilty for playing games too long. Not guilty.
Yeah, that's the exact opposite for me. I feel guilty leaving a game behind that I like without finishing it. I feel like I'm doing it some kind of disservice by not playing it till the end.
Like the games I feel most like, these aren't like single player games, but Overwatch and Rocket League like suck up so much time where I could have played something new. Like I could have finished Final Fantasy 15 if I didn't play fucking 4 hours of Rocket League with David while he's fucking.
Well, see, I just stop playing games online when I have a game I want to get through. Like I don't play online games until I'm done with it. Like Persona. Like I probably won't play Overwatch again until I'm finished with Persona.
Or like even I'm trying to think of some more like but putting big RPGs this year. I guess I did with Horizon Zero Dawn, but I finished the fuck out of that. So I guess that's.
But this year sucks too though, because it's like all fucking gigantic open RPGs that take 60, 80 hours to finish.
Yeah. Like Neo. By the end of Neo, I was like Drew was like 150 hours in. I was like 35, 40. And I was just like, Drew, you just gotta carry me through this. I'll see the end. Like it'll be fun. And then I'll get through it. They were like, because at that time it was like Night in the Woods was coming out, Horizon was coming out, bunch of different shit. So I was just like, Drew, carry me to the end.
I kind of did that with David with the first Dark Souls. Like I hated that game the first time I played it. David finally got me to buy it again, and he like basically carried me through the first one, and now that's like one of my favorite game series. Just probably in my like top 5, top 10 favorite. I don't know what you call that. I guess series.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it works. I mean, gotta see enough to get invested. And so, I definitely felt like Neo was too long.
Yeah, Neo
overstayed its welcome. And when games do that, I just drop it. I'm not having fun. If I'm not having fun with the game, I have no problem just stopping it. I don't feel like some obligation to finish games.
Oh, I definitely do.
Well, yeah,
I really do.
I only feel obligated to finish it if I really like it. Like I'm not gonna drop a game I'm into.
Like
just because I feel like I need to play something else.
I dropped Nier, and that's like the first game I've done that with in a while. Like
I mean, that's different though. If you just don't like the game, like if you don't like it, don't.
Like I wanted to play it though. Like what if it changes? You know what I'm saying? Like what if something happens? It's not going to, but what if something does?
Yeah.
I finished the fuck out of Perception. That game sucked. But I mean I had to review it, so it's a little different. But like, I don't know. Just I don't know.
Yeah.
That is
something else I meant to mention earlier too. Like when David was talking about this might be a quick little topic. I don't know. David was talking about how like rhythm games, like you guys noticed that's like kind of your comfort. Like you just makes you feel like in the zone. You like playing rhythm games because it's just puts you in a different like headspace kind of. That's like these big like fucking 80-hour RPGs for me. I can sit down, just unwind and fucking just dive in. You know what I mean? And just disappear into that game for fucking weeks at a time, and I love it. That's like my favorite type of game. I feel the most at home playing an RPG usually. What about you, CJ?
I mean, the ones I can sink a bunch of hours into are like online competitive games, like, but but specifically like mainly sports games, just because like those are great for like listening to podcasts to and like tuning out.
Didn't you platinum one of the FIFA games?
I platinum every FIFA every year.
Damn.
But the other one is RPGs where I can not care. Like I Am Setsuna was great for this, where like the whole game was.
That's another one I want to play eventually.
Was just like text. There was not anything, so I just put it on a podcast and like played through that whole game. And like I enjoy playing. I don't know. It just makes me feel like I'm multitasking. I don't know, which triggers something in my brain. Like you're getting stuff done, even though I'm like just sitting in my fucking bed being a fucking.
I do that with Diablo.
Yeah,
that's just. But like, whereas I'm playing something like that, if a story in a game is not grabbing me, it feels like even more of a slog. That, especially if there's a story in a game where like Journey's a great game, but if Journey wasn't that great of a game, that would have felt like a slog. Because it's like I want to care and like hear all these cool crescendos in the music and like see when the sun pops through the trees or whatever the fuck, and I want to feel that emotional moment. But like also I could just listen to a podcast during this and like, but that dilutes that in a certain way. I don't know. That's just in my head. That's how I'm saying.
No, that makes sense. I'm the same way. Like most games, especially RPGs, like I don't even like to have other people around me when I'm playing them, just because I want all of my attention to be focused. Especially Persona. Like if Megan's home, like I just don't play Persona.
Yeah, like Persona, I'm the complete opposite. Like, so I finished the dungeons like in the first 2 days, or as fast as I can finish them. And then I have like 15 days after that.
Yeah,
where,
now
like,
I know to do that, but
where like you have the weird fucking like things like I wonder what's gonna happen. It's like motherfucker, this is a game. I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
but like during that time where I'm going to the batting cages or taking a spa or whatever the fuck, I'll listen to a podcast that whole time. Like that entire time I can
see. I like the game music enough. Like it, I don't know. It feels like it brings me more into that world when I'm listening to the actual soundtrack. Like I feel like I care more about the characters, the world that I'm in, the effects of the things that I do and choose to do, or you know what I mean. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I like to
totally
dive in as much as I possibly, especially for RPGs like that.
And the same thing goes whenever I'm at a palace and like I'm fighting, I'll listen to a podcast the whole time.
Yeah. See, no, I like the fight, even though it's like you hear the same shit over and over. I like it. I like to feel like I'm as involved as I can be. I don't know if that's the right word, but
yeah, no,
I just.
I hear you. But yeah, David, do you how do you feel about listening to music or a podcast during a game?
I didn't do it during Persona. I thought I would end up doing that or turning the music off, but I really never got sick of it the way that I thought I would. I do watch Let's Plays a lot when I'm playing roguelites. I'll put on like Northern Lion.
That's how it is for me. It depends on the type of game I'm playing.
I've watched a bunch of Let's Plays of Battlegrounds while playing Battlegrounds.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit I do. Like such a millennial thing to do, but yeah.
That one doesn't work because like something happens in their Let's Play, and then I'm like, oh shit, somebody's shooting at me, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
The best podcast or fucking just like Let's Play game for me back in the day was WoW, because it was so easy to just like grind something out and just fucking put up a podcast in another window or something.
100%.
Yeah, I'm the same. In Rocket League, like I'll listen to fucking album after album playing Rocket League.
I don't even put on music during Rocket League. I'm focused.
How much I listen to music. That's like literally everything. Every album I've listened to this year, I've definitely listened to it at least once while playing Rocket League. So yeah.
No, I can't do Rocket League.
But this has been the Current Gaming Podcast. My name is Charles Blades. You can find me on Twitter at CharlesTuda. I do a cool writing and stuff about video games, and then you can see that there and stuff. And yeah. And me and David do a series about Rocket League where we pretend to be bad and then we try to be platinum.
Hustlers.
Yeah, well, originally, dude, inside behind the curtain, BTS, as they say on the Pornhub, you know what I'm saying? The original idea for that series was to have Aaron in it, and he was going to be the potato that we brought.
I'm actually bad at Rocket League, so like that makes way more sense for that fucking.
But like, there was like a day where Aaron's like, I can't do it, or something like that happened, and I was just like, all right, me and David were doing this. And then Aaron got left out.
Yeah, well, it's not as simple as you're making it sound either. Like, nobody told me that's what you were trying.
Yeah. No, we didn't know. It wasn't like, Aaron, this is your only shot. Yeah, basically. I was just like, Aaron, you missed your one shot. You threw away your shot.
Yeah.
And so.
It's all right,
though. David, where can we find you at?
My guy Dave on Twitter and D_Borg on Instagram.
Cool. And then, Aaron, you are...
Aaron M. Weeks on Twitter. I say stuff sometimes.
Yeah, he's been using Twitter more. It's very funny. Stay tuned for see who wins HOH. Who do you think's gonna win HOH?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Cody. Hope it's not, but I think it might be Cody.
I know who wins HOH, so I'm not gonna say. I was about to say I think, and then I was like, I definitely know who doesn't. Yeah, but this has been the Current Gaming Podcast, and peace.